Hello, welcome to Top 10 Mods for 1.16.4. So you may notice my GUI is a little bit different. That's because I'm using a mod called Enhanced Craft. And it will change the hearts, change the crosshair, and also it's going to change the menus. So it works really well with slight GUI modifications. So pretty cool mod that. Okay, now we've got skinned lanterns. So this is a really cool mod. So it gives you these cool little lanterns. You can craft them with just a lantern or with a soul lantern. If we take a look at the overlay, you can see the regular lantern is obviously going to be more powerful than the soul lantern over here. We'll just look at some of the other lanterns. Because we've got Guardian, Zombie, Creeper, Skeleton with a Skeleton Bee, Jack-o'-lantern. And there's also this, which is just the paper lanterns. You can get these in all the different colours. Okay, we can also take a look at this mod we've got called Be Angry-est. You can see you can actually scoop up the bees. Just right click the bee, and it actually says use on it. And it says the angry bees will explode. So let's make the bee angry. Kabeam. That's unusual. That's a naturally spawning pink sheep, 1%. So you can see if we go to game rule, you can see there's a bunch of game rules which are added by Be Angry-est. We've got always drop scoop bees. Bees explode. So you can see there's actually some behavioural stuff as well. Seek shelter from the rain. And save scooped BNBT. Alright, we also have this mod called Particle Rain. So you can see that the rain particles are slightly different. Might be a good way to look at it from this position. Similarly, we can see some changes in the snow particles as well, which is pretty cool. And finally, if we're here in this desert lakes biome, we can see some sand particles as well. So obviously the desert doesn't tend to have particles when it is raining. Next up we've got a mod called Carrier. So this mod is going to let you transport chest entities and spawners. So let's try them all. So shift right click, and you can see I picked it up. And I've also got a slowness and increased hunger debuff. Can move around. You can see that's a bee spawner I just picked up. Okay, we've got some tulips in this chest here. Shift right click, pick it up. See, it's the same chest. And finally, we can shift right click, pick up the sheep. Interestingly, you can actually run with the sheep. That's intended behavior. So, yeah. So this campfire's got prismarine underneath. This has got a birch log underneath. Let's see what happens when we give it a redstone signal. You can see that's actually going to change the colour of the smoke. And that's what this mod does, which is called colourful campfire smoke, as you might expect. And you can do it with a bunch of different blocks. It's mainly the wall colours. So for instance, if you wanted to have purple smoke, put purple underneath there. You're going to get purple smoke. Orange smoke, you can get that as well. Okay, the next mod I want to talk about is a mod called Modern Beta Fabric. So here we can see we've got in-dev. We go to custom. This is actually really, really awesome. So you can actually get complete custom in-dev world. So yeah, you can see you can spawn in the in-dev house. So yeah, it looks exactly like the in-dev world that you may expect. An alpha world type configuration. Bunch of different options there. Let's do a nether configuration here for the in-dev one. So that's a pretty cool nether configuration. I'm going to go to this one now, Inf 2010-0227. And I'm going to do biome type, vanilla and modded. So the reason I chose to do that, you can see there's a village there as well. And there's the obsidian wall. Okay, so let's take a look at this mod called Fabric Seasons now, which should change the world depending on the time. So if I change the seasons, for instance, you'll be able to see, there you go. So you can actually see the different states of the trees and the grass depending on the season. Okay, let's try in Savannah. You can see the Savannah also works pretty cool. There you go, this one's really cool. So this, so Savannah in fall looks really awesome. You can also see we've got the season detector here as well. So you can go through the different seasons, and when you're on the right season, it's going to output a redstone signal. Now we're going to take a look at a mod called More Totems of Undying. Okay, so the first one I want to look at is this creeper one called the Explosive Totem of Undying. move away from our chest if we can. So you can see that worked quite effectively. And we've got Absorption 5 as well. So that obviously creates an explosion while triggering the Totem of Undying effect. Okay, next up we've got the Skeletal Totem of Undying. Trigger with similar effects. But it gives us also this sniper effect. So that will actually double the projectile damage. Okay, we've got the Rotting Totem of Undying now. So what this one is going to do, it's going to summon 3 zombies that will actually fight for you and kill any enemies in the vicinity. That one won't. These are friendly zombies. Interestingly, if you hit one of them, it will kill the other one. Another thing about the Rotting Totem is if you drink poison or damage potions, it will actually give you health, and health potions will do the opposite effect, will take away, will damage you. So that's what Necrosis does. So the next one is this, the Teleporting Totem of Undying. And that's going to actually teleport you back to your spawn point. Okay, now we've got the Steam Totem. And this is going to summon 5 angry bees. Okay, so next up we've got the Ghastly Totem of Undying. This is going to give you levitation and slow fall. Not so good against ranged enemies as well. Okay, so the final one is the Tentacle Totem of Undying. This is actually going to blind your enemies and slow them as well. So you can see they got the careful point. It also gives you conduit power as well. The final mod I want to look at is also to do with totems. It's Wither Totems. So what it's going to do is it's going to actually buff mobs. But if you've got a looting 3 sword, it's going to give you an additional 2 levels of looting. So you've got looting 5. One problem is they also do get strength and speed too. So you've got to be a little bit wary of that. You can see they've got the strength particle, the red one. Anyway, that will do it for this video, so thanks for watching.